So, if you're living in Puerto Vallarta and getting money from the US, you know this feeling, right? You see that payment come through from something like PayPal or Cash App, and you just watch as a chunk of it gets sliced off before it even hits your account. Well, today, we're going to build a playbook to make sure that stops happening.
It's such a common feeling, isn't it? You get a notification for, say, $100. But by the time it actually lands in your account as pesos, it feels like you've paid some kind of mystery tax. Well, you're not imagining it, and you are definitely not alone.
And let's just put a number on the scale of this problem: $446 million. According to our source, that's how much people in Mexico lost to hidden transfer fees in 2024. I mean, that's a massive, massive number built on fees you can't see and just plain bad exchange rates.
But here's the really good news. You don't have to be part of that statistic. Not anymore. The tools to get around these old, clunky, and expensive systems, they're already here. You just need the right game plan, and that's exactly what we're going to build today. Okay, so first up, we've got to talk about the unique financial world of Puerto Vallarta, because it's not like other places, and that's precisely why the old apps just completely fall flat here.
And this is the heart of the problem, right here. PV basically runs on two different financial tracks at the same time. Yeah, you can go have a fancy dinner in the romantic zone and swipe your card, no problem. But your favorite taco stand, the taxi you need to get home, tipping the person who helps with your groceries, that's almost always cash, pesos. You have to have both. And this leads us right to the main challenge, what they call the off-ramp. It's one thing to get those US dollars into a digital account, but it's a whole other thing to turn them into physical pesos you can actually spend without getting totally fleeced on fees and exchange rates along the way. All right, let's get into it. Why do the apps we all know, the ones like PayPal and Cash App, why are they just the worst possible tools for this job in Puerto Vallarta? I love this phrase from the source material, the PayPal premium. It just frames it so perfectly. It's not a tiny little service charge, it's basically a tax. A tax that directly shrinks your purchasing power, often costing you 4% or even more. And look, the difference is it's wild. Let's say you're moving $500. With PayPal, you could be looking at a cost of over $40 when you add up the fees and the bad exchange rate. Compare that to the new FinTechs, where you're talking about maybe $3.50. That's a tenfold difference. It's huge. Okay, so let's break it down really simply. For PayPal, the big issue is cost. They hit you with terrible rates and fees you don't always see, and your money gets kind of trapped. For Cash App, the problem is totally different. It's what they call a walled garden. Your money is just stuck in the US system. There's no bridge, no easy way to get it into a Mexican bank account, which you absolutely need to pay your bills or your rent. All right, enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Because there is a solution. A whole new wave of FinTech apps has popped up, built from the ground up to solve exactly these kinds of cross-border problems. And really, they are the heroes of our story today. So, the key here is not to think about finding one single app to replace PayPal. Nope. Think of this as your new financial toolkit, and each tool has its own superpower. You've got Dollar App, which is basically a digital dollar bank, Wise, which is the reliable, trusted name globally, Felix Pago, which is this amazing wizard that works right inside WhatsApp, and then you've got some specialist tools like Bitso and Grabberfy for people like freelancers. Okay, to figure out which tool is right for the job, you gotta understand the two basic ways they charge you. Some of them, like Dollar App, charge a simple flat fee, just a few bucks. That's perfect for big transfers, like your rent. Others, like Wise, charge a variable fee, so a small percentage of what you're sending. That can be way cheaper for smaller amounts. All right, let's put them head to head in our $500 transfer showdown. As you can see, Grabberfy is the cheapest if you're the one receiving the money, just $2. Dollar App is right there too, but look at Felix Pago. It's a bit more expensive. Why? Well, its value isn't just about the cost. It's all about convenience and speed, which actually brings us to a super important point. Let's just be honest for a second. Sometimes the biggest hurdle in getting paid back isn't about the tech at all. It's the awkwardness, right? You have to ask your friend to download some new app they've never heard of, find your details, maybe put in a routing number. It's just a hassle, and it creates friction. And this is the absolute genius of Felix Pago. It completely solves that social problem. You just start a chat with a bot on WhatsApp, it creates a simple payment link, you send that link to your friend in the US, and they can pay with their card in literally seconds. No app for them to download, no friction. And the money just lands in your Mexican bank account, usually in just a few minutes. It's amazing. Okay, so we've met the players. Now, how do we put them all together into a winning strategy that actually saves you money? The secret, really, is to stop looking for just one app. It's about building a smart, multi-app system that uses the right tool for the right job every single time. Let's walk through a few scenarios. All right, scenario one, you're getting a big recurring payment like rent money or your monthly salary. Here, your number one priority is cutting down those fees. So you're going to use a flat fee service like Grabberfy or Dollar App. And the math here is just so simple. Saving that 4% versus PayPal on $1,000 a month, that adds up to almost $500 back in your pocket over the course of a year. But what about something small? Like you're splitting a dinner bill with a friend who's visiting from out of town. Here, your priority is speed and just making it easy. You're going to use Felix Pago. That small fee is a price you will happily pay to just get rid of all the awkwardness and get your money back instantly without making your friend jump through a bunch of hoops. And for all you digital nomads and freelancers out there, this one's for you. If you get paid through platforms like Upwork or Deal, Bitso is your secret weapon. It connects directly with those services, letting you bypass their really high withdrawal fees. And here's the kicker. You can actually earn interest on the US dollars you hold there, so your money is making you money, even when you're not working. But here's the thing. The game is about to change again. There's a huge new player heading to Mexico, and you really need to know about them because it could change everything. It's about future-proofing your whole strategy. Here's why Revolut is such a big deal. Unlike all these other fintech apps, Revolut is launching as a fully licensed official bank in Mexico. And that means your money will have government-backed deposit insurance, iPad insurance, which is a level of security that none of the other apps can even come close to offering. Honestly, the smartest thing you can do today is go to their website and get your name on that waiting list. So let's bring this all home. If there's one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. There is no single best app. The winning move is to stop trying to find one replacement for PayPal and instead start building your own flexible financial toolkit. Use the right tool for the right job every time, and you'll maximize both your savings and your convenience. And that leaves us with one last question. And it's a big one. Now that you know that all these better, cheaper, and frankly, faster options are out there, why would you ever go back to paying the old PayPal tax? The power is officially back in your hands.